Hey y'all, I'm back, and the Amberverse has come apart at the seams since I last peeked in on that. It's been sort of a perfect girl world storm, if you will. So, one of the things that has happened is another of Emily's old feeder accounts has been uncovered. This is her FetLife account that she used to follow Candy Godiva, also known as Hungry Fat Chick. And you can see right here we've got her interests pretty much laid out: fat admiration, feederism, and or weight gain. So there it is. And when this was uncovered, Emily had a little bit of a crash out on Reddit, or at least we think it was Emily. So there was there was an account that showed up on Reddit to defend, deflect, what have you, to basically to say, well, this is old. It doesn't really mean anything. Y'all are weird for digging this far into someone's business. And let's take a look at that account. So this is the account, Soft Function 3081, that is most likely Emily, or if not Emily, Amber. You're sick. This is old, and Ems hasn't signed on this once since 2023. Move on. Now, the thing that makes me think that this is Emily and not Amber is I think that Amber would still call her Tommy, even on a sock, because she's committed to that bit. Also, Amber has not acknowledged the feederism really, other than to say that this was something that Emily and Colleen did just for money, that it was a one-off thing, that was kind of Colleen's idea, that they did that just for money to travel and be able to see each other during their long-distance relationship. Now, if that's the line that Amber has always stuck to, for her to come on a sock account and try to defend this by saying it's old is kind of, not the best footwork if you're trying to pull off a lie or a deflection or a half-truth or whatever. Now, in here it says she hasn't signed on since 2023. When you look at the screenshots of the account, you could see it was created in 2019. So this old defense is actually doesn't really make Emily look good at all. This is something she's been interested in for a little while, and this is something that she has had more than just a passing interest in. From at least 2019 to 2023, she used this FetLife account to follow Candy Godiva and participate in feederism groups. So we have that. Now, she can say that's out of context all she wants. I don't know what more context we need for that. So this account was pretty quickly called out for being Emily on Reddit, simply because, well, it's a new account. This is its only activity. The timeline between this account being created, coming on to defend and argue about the FetLife screenshots, and then the FetLife account going dark, it just, all sides point to this is Emily, or at the very least, this is Amber. And then not long after that, in an Instagram conversation that has been leaked by an anonymous participant, Emily states, "We aren't together." So presumably they have broken up. It seems like Emily has crashed out and caved in under the pressure. She could not handle girl world. Surprise, surprise, what person could? Let's be real. And I've said before, this is going to be an issue for Amberlynn going forward, as far as meeting partners online as opposed to more organically in real life, or even if she were to just go on a regular dating app and have, local settings in her neighborhood, her area, she might be okay. But if she tries to just chat up someone who shows up in her Instagram DMs, or that she finds in her TikTok comments or whatever, that's a big mistake for our girl. Those folks that seek her out on that level, through those avenues, it's going to be either situations like this or situations like Alexis. So here we've got Emily doing the usual Amberlynn X or Amberlynn soon-to-be X bit, whether it be a girlfriend or just a friend. She's said many things that makes me look bad. I want to be the better person and not say anything, but I'll defend myself if I have to. She goes on to hint at, she's got tea on Amberlynn. She doesn't want to spill it, but, if she has to spill it, she'll spill it, basically. That's essentially the gist of the exchange. Her saying, I don't want to say it, but if she pushes it and she starts saying stuff, then I'll say it. I don't know what the custody situation is. I don't care to know, but we do know that she's a parent. I'm sure that has some bearing on her decision here. She's stated they're not together. She has changed her profile from hectic Tommy to provoked, so she is back to her tree bullshit and off of the hectic Tommy nonsense, which is fine. She's not following Amber anymore. So it seems like it's pretty much well and done. Amber went live for a little bit about it and then went off, and it was weird, and then came back. I'm going to watch the second live after a few other things here I want to take a look at. So this is Emily's latest Instagram post. She's deleted a lot of her Amberlynn stuff. The plane is still there. The pets are still there, which, I'm sure she doesn't want to send the message that she doesn't care about Amberlynn's pets, considering everyone expects her to keep looking for rarity. I want to stand up for myself and clear a few things up. Number one, I've never denied my preferences. Amberlynn was fully aware of everything from the beginning of our relationship. Okay, well, Amberlynn has denied your preferences, and you've stood by while she did. And if she was fully aware of all of this, then that just makes her more of a liar. So that makes her look bad, or more bad, worse. Also, if Amberlynn was fully aware, why these things come up, do they then get deleted if Amberlynn's fully aware? If Amberlynn was fully aware of the Instagram account of the feedie that you followed, why did you unfollow after Gorl World started talking about that and Amber had to defend it? If the Fet Life account and everything that went on with that was something she knew about because she's fully aware, why after the Reddit meltdown did it then get deleted? If she's fully aware, why do you need to delete any of it? She's fine with it. She's fully aware. People are now using my preferences as an excuse to invade what little privacy I have left. Well, when I say preferences or interest or hobby or whatever, I'm being a little tongue-in-cheek about it. I don't think she is here. I think she's literally comparing this to I like redheads, or spanking is kind of that sounds kind of preference. Okay, we'll call it that. Sure, why not? It's just a way for them to justify crossing boundaries and looking into my life far beyond what's appropriate. I think, considering what those preferences are, and considering that one of the things that was uncovered was that you are a healthcare professional, it's understandable why folks are concerned about that, and why they felt like that was something that needed to have attention brought to it. They want to excuse doxing every small detail they uncover about me. Again, if the details weren't so concerning, people wouldn't keep going. If people had looked into, who was this girl's last girlfriend, and had not found the situation with your late fiance, and had not found you so quickly in Amberlynn's DMs after your late fiance had passed, they wouldn't have kept asking questions about that situation, because it's a questionable situation. On its surface, that is a situation that makes anyone ask questions like, what is up? What is going on? Because this feels sketchy and dangerous and it's concerning. And even people who stringently dislike someone in the way that most people following this actively dislike Amberlynn, you still don't wish the worst for them. You know, it probably honestly began out of concern for Emily because of the way Amberlynn has treated partners. This all began, let's be honest, the digging into Emily, the finding out who she is. A lot of people began because of concern for her, just like the digging into Alexis, concern for her, because who is this girl who is about to be subjected to what Amberlynn does to her partners? Now, at this point, again, we increasingly find it harder to find our sympathy bone, even if you are not a feeder, simply because anyone who meets Amberlynn online at this point probably knows what she's about, and it certainly seemed like you knew what she was about. But that being said, it began as concern about what Amberlynn is going to do to you, and then when people figured out who you were, the script flipped to, what is she going to do to Amberlynn? And that's because of the digital footprint that you left, Emily. This level of harassment speaks volumes about the people posting it more than any tea about me. Do people get wild with it? Absolutely. Do people speculate crazy shit? Absolutely. I've probably said some wild stuff too. But does it speak more about us than the tea about her? I don't know. I've never participated in that kind of kink with someone to the point that it was negatively impacting their quality of life. I never slid into someone's DMs mere months after something like that happened and used the same words I used to eulogize my late partner to woo the new one. So, no, I don't think, scrutinizing you says more about me than it does about you at this point, considering what it is that we're scrutinizing. While all this is going on, Amberlynn is also in the process of deleting a lot of her Libby content. So if you don't know, Libby is the sister of a roommate that Amberlynn and Destiny had. And she was 15, going on 16 at the time. And Amberlynn and Destiny, two women in their early to mid 20s, would hang out with Libby, just them and Libby. And there was a lot of just inappropriate content around Libby. So just the things they would talk about in front of her, with her, just very adult things. This is the reason that a lot of folks say, well, Amberlynn's sympathies are not new to people who've been watching this a lot. OG haters have kind of known about this problematic behavior she has had, literally defending PDFs. But it's being brought to light again. And the reason it's being brought to light is because she was caught following this meme page. She really doesn't have a good explanation. Now, I've followed pages before on Facebook, Instagram, places like that, and then they get hacked, and then the content completely changes. And one day, and you don't even notice until one day you're scrolling through your feed, and you're like, why am I following this garbage? Or even, more embarrassing is a friend hits you up and they're like, why are you following this scam page? Or why are you following this MLM page? And usually it's something like that in my world. But, sometimes it's incredibly inappropriate, not safe for work material. But Amberlynn has a history of inappropriate comments and just an inappropriate sense of humor when it comes to this subject matter. And it's just, you know, it fits the holding pattern. However, you know, she's not following a lot of accounts, so it seems kind of foolish on her end to think that that would go unnoticed or unquestioned, unless she, A, really just doesn't see anything wrong with it, which is a possibility, or B, wanted to drum up some drama, because, you know, drama is clicks, and clicks is views, and views is money, or C, devil's advocate, she was following a normal page and it got hacked, but that doesn't seem to actually have been the case. So I do want to take a look at some of the Libby moments that stand out in my mind from that era. So this is them on the beach. They've got Libby and this guy, Nick, I believe was his name. And he was just kind of a rando that they met, and I think they tell the story here of how they met him. So we're going to take a look at this.
Why? Why don't you ask him? You want to tell us? And some random dude walks up to us and he's like, hey, can I sit with you guys? So he like sat with us and we've been talking to him for how long has it been? Like 4 hours?
It's going good.
Yeah, so he was just a random dude that was like, hey, can I sit with you? And they said sure, while they had this minor child in tow who was not their family, just the roommate's kid who they consider their friend. They don't know this guy from Adam. Let's have him join us with the teenage girl. Sure.
Fine. We made a new friend.
Yes.
Come to my car with me.
That sounds...
Come to my car with me.
It does. Come on.
That sounds rapey.
So
It's pretty rapey, yeah.
And they joke about how it sounds creepy and grapey. So, yeah, that's just a funny, silly, good time here at the diner with the minor child and some random dude.
Libby and Nick just went to the restroom.
So Nick is the random dude that they don't know who was just like, can I sit with you one day? And they became friends with. And not only they're just hanging out with him with the minor child, but letting him just go off alone with her.
Are they coming back? Yes, they are. There they is.
Out of sight, out of eye line.
Yeah, she's 15. She's fixing to be 16.
15, fixin' to be 16. And her supervision out running around is Amberlynn and Destiny. Letting random guys at the beach or the diner or whatever join in and then take her to the bathroom. Now, I'm sure they each went to their own bathrooms, but again, out of eye line, out of sight, sitting there like, oh, are they coming back? Mm-hmm.
Like, her mannerisms and how she looks and stuff, like, is older, but...
If that isn't the oldest goddamn line in the book, oh, she's mature for her age. Well, she seemed older. She's an old soul. She looked older. I mean, 16, she looked 18 to me. I thought she was 20. I mean,
Libby, you want to show
Sure.
me your bathing suit? Oh. Libby, why do you take 30... No, actually, it was like 40-minute shower.
I don't know, because I take long showers.
You were in there for like...
15, 16. Show us your bathing suit. Here she is in the towel out of the shower, trying like anything to hide behind her backpack while Amberlynn films her and then posts it. The only reason I'm remotely okay showing this on my channel is A, because Amberlynn's deleting this and this shit needs to be documented, and B, this child is an adult woman now. And, you know, I guess she hasn't gone back and demanded Amberlynn take it down, but good Lord. Where were this girl's parents?
Baby.
So, that was Libby. And that's not, you know, an isolated thing as far as just Amberlynn and, you know, having a poor sense of humor at best when it comes to minors and these topics. So this is around the same time we've got Amberlynn and Destiny in bed. This is, again, another video that's still up on Amber's channel, fully monetized. No explanation, apology, anything like that. Just hanging out like everything's cool. They've just watched an episode of Roseanne, and apparently Amberlynn had some thoughts about Darlene, one of the daughters on the program. And yeah, let's just hear Destiny and Amber tell it.
We just watched some Roseanne.
True that.
Did you like the episode?
Yeah, it was good.
Tell them what you think of Darlene.
She's bae.
She's bae.
I love Darlene.
She said she'd be a pedophile towards Darlene.
Now, of course, Amber's going to deny. I didn't say that. Again, we got a couple possibilities. Destiny's full of shit, which means she's screwing around and she thinks this is funny. And as for Amberlynn, it's like your girlfriend is the kind of person who thinks this is funny and you're just going to like lay in bed and laugh while she jokes about that. Or it's true. Either way, you're both pieces of crap.
I did not say that.
Not a lie.
Darlene is 15, 16 in the episode we're watching?
Yeah, but guess how old she is now?
15 or 16. Familiar age.
Person.
Oh, so she'd be a pedophile towards me.
No, she wouldn't. You're legal.
Lies.
She's only like 20 years older than you.
People don't think I'm legal.
Nah, not 20 years. She's...
And I think that's interesting. People don't think I'm legal. So, this is around the same time that she's hanging out with a 15-year-old who she says seems older. And she's saying about herself, people don't think I'm legal. I think y'all can connect those dots just fine without me. So there we are. That's the situation. Amberlynn's trying to delete evidence of Libby and all of the, surrounding stuff that makes her look not so great. At the same time, she's been dumped and her ex-girlfriend has crashed out on Reddit in regard to her very questionable kink being uncovered. So, Amber, of course, decides this is the time to go live. She goes live for about 20 minutes. I'm not going to watch that one because that one really just reads like a warning to Emily, like, please shut up, stop crashing out on Reddit, stop this nonsense on Instagram where you're, talking about like how we're not together anymore, close your mouth, get it together. Probably a phone call or some communication in between the first live and the second live between the two of them. And then she did go live again. So that's the one I'm going to watch here. Now, before we get into it, I do want to talk about the whole is it fake ideas. So a lot of folks are speculating that this could be a fake breakup. Amberlynn's not above it, similar to the Jade Feline wifey situation where she broke up with someone and then instantly had a new girlfriend, but they were the same person, and that was just so the girlfriend could take a step back from the public scrutiny and, do a little bit better job of hiding her identity. Would Amberlynn try that again? Absolutely, I think she would. I'm not sure if Emily would be party to that at this point, simply because I think the pressure has just gotten to her. The relationship was already doomed. What Amberlynn does in a relationship and what Emily wants to do in a relationship, I think, are two different things. We all know how Amberlynn wants to move in. I mean, it's no secret. If that was a possibility, they would have been moved in already, but Emily doesn't want that. If that hasn't happened, it's because Emily. I mean, she was there with the pets. Not all of her stuff, but clearly her most important things, because she said when she got home, she felt like she was walking into a stranger's apartment. She wanted to stay in Wisconsin. Some of us, myself included, do think it's possible she even let Rarity out in order to help prolong her stay. As fucked up as that sounds, I don't think that we can completely take that possibility off the table still. I don't think these two have a fake breakup in them at this point. I don't think Emily has it in her. She can replace Amber. She's not in a situation where she's financially reliant on Amber, as far as we know. Now, there's some speculation about her losing her job, and if that could make her financially reliant on Amber, unless she lost her job in a way that prevents her from getting a similar job elsewhere, I don't think that would, factor too much into it. We've seen Amber before with a girlfriend that she convinces to leave a job and become a full-time caregiver for her while they live off the YouTube money. We know how this goes. The audience already knows how that plays out. Emily already knows how that plays out. She would have to be even more foolish than we already know her to be in order to put herself in that position. Anyone who puts themselves in that position at this point, you're asking to be financially ruined. All right, so this is her second live from the other night. Hi again, broken heart emoji.
Hello. How are you guys?
Oh, sad Lynn.
I'm gonna have to write you up for being late. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll do better.
No, you
Pull
won't.
yourself together. Yes. I am.
Oh, she is firmly entering her foodie beauty
Wow,
era.
these moves-
Just reading the chat to herself, responding like it's just a personal conversation and not a live stream.
so fast. Like, it's crazy. Oh, I'll try not to check my phone. You look pretty. Thank you, Jamie. Half of my makeup is like smeared off on my face. You look high. No, I have done so much crying since I got off the live stream. Not gonna lie. I have done a lot. Like, my eyelids are literally swollen. So,
Emily doesn't need this. She signed up for a long distance feedie, we'll do this when it's fun and convenient, and then I'll go back to my normal life when I need to, kind of thing. That was the situation type deal she was looking for, and I feel like it's going to be a lot easier for her to just find a new feedie that fits that bill than to, make your square peg fit into that round hole.
what have I been crying about? A lot. Things are just really hard. Things are just really hard right now. Oh my god. Girl, you look like you choked on a potato. No. Sorry, I have genuinely been crying so much. And I was gonna like fix my makeup before I got on here, but I was like, what is actually the point of that? Like, thank you, Spicy. I appreciate that. Love you too. Journal about it. Yeah. Yeah.
Get a therapy about it. Go have a
Did
therapy.
we break up? Yes, we did. We did. I mean, the type of like hate that we get online is, it's bad. Genuinely. And
Yeah, I think Emily thought she could take it, and then she couldn't take it. I know. I know. I know, buddy. He's a good boy. He's my scrungliest cat. Okay. Excuse me, sir. I know, this is a cat stream now.
I can understand why, like, people can't handle it. Like, I get it. Like, it's fucking rough.
Oh, get a box of tissues.
Like, it's really, really rough. And I'm telling you, if I was capable of walking away from YouTube, then, like, literally, I would. But it's not possible right now.
Yeah, I do think the breakup is legit. Whether or not she thinks that it's final is another story, but I don't think that it's, contrived drama. I'm sure she'll contrive some drama out of it, and she'll, make this about how it's everyone else's fault and she's the victim, of course. But the reality is, she's dodging a bullet here. If this is the last of Emily, I feel like it is. I think she wants nothing more than to fade into the background at this point and just quietly go about her life with her quote unquote preferences without this level of scrutiny.
Like, I genuinely just want to disappear.
And watch her cry here versus how she was quote unquote crying over Rarity. When Amberlynn fake cries, there's no like teardrops. We did get some moisture with this one. I think it might actually be legit. Now, is it warranted? No, she should be jumping for fucking joy that she's out from under this.
It's been, like, really fucking hard. And, like, I'm ahead in videos, so it's like, oh, you guys are gonna be seeing, like, I just don't seem like myself, and I just seem, it's true, I'm just really fucking sad, like, I'm not gonna lie. But unfortunately, this is my job, and I can't just walk away from my job when there's a roof over my head that needs to stay over my head. And, like, I have fur babies I need to take care of. Like, I need to take care of myself. Like,
You have fur babies you need to microchip and get collars for.
what genuinely I'm not okay, and I do not know how I'm gonna be okay. Like, that's how it feels. I'm not.
Oh Lord, back to the cry stream
I don't
era.
know, I just feel like if I have the opportunity to stop YouTube, like, I really need to. Like, I need to, but, like, I don't. Like,
You don't what? You don't have any idea how else to make any money at all? You don't have any actual skills or qualifications for anything? You don't have any way or idea how to actually go about getting a job? What?
I need, like, a break, a year break, plus maybe just be gone forever, but maybe get a hobby. I have so many hobbies, oh my god.
What hobbies? Journaling and Legos? That's two. What else? Chinese food is not a hobby. What else?
Is this live stream era? Not this right now.
What is it then?
Last night I said I wanted to go live because I just wanted to thank you guys for the support lately, because you guys have been super supportive and so many of you have been really kind to me. Like, I've genuinely been seeing that, and I appreciate it a lot.
Where?
But then I woke up today and things were kind of hecticana, and they just got worse and worse as the day went on.
So you just got dumped. You're having a terrible time. You're here crying on live stream. Everything's falling apart. Your soft love is over, and you're still using your goddamn made up silly nonsense words.
So, but there's going to be like a live stream era type deal for members, which every Tuesday I want to live stream for 2 hours. It's important to me that there's a safe, smaller space that I can talk to my subscribers, because it's like, it's just important to me.
So you either see lots of support, or you need to insulate in a place where you can weed out anything that isn't support. It seems to me like you're getting an overwhelming amount of hate, even more so than normal. That's one of the reasons people make a move like that. That seems to me like a cash grab and an effort to keep the hate comments down to a level that, you know, you can easily ignore them, or they'll be drowned out in a sea of ant babies.
You know? So I know it's not much, but know you are loved. Thank you. No, I'm not gonna move on fast. Don't you worry about that. Like, I literally am just so over it. I'm genuinely over, like...
I hate when she does this thing where she responds to comments, but she doesn't actually read the comments, so it's just like, long pause. Yeah, I am. I'm like, oh my God. Girl, don't tell us you're not going to move on fast. The next one's already in the DMs.
Opening my heart to people. And it's like... And it's... The crazy part is, like... It's not even my fault. It's not even my fault this time.
Guys, it's not her fault. The relationship with the feeder fell apart under the scrutiny of the hateful environment that she cultivated online for years. And it's not her fault that Emily couldn't handle being called out on all of the stuff she did that is kind of worthy of being called out for. You don't know the real Emily, guys. Like, okay, whose fault is it? You knowingly got in a relationship with a feeder and tried to deny it to a community that you know is going to dig that information up. And a community that's kind of negative because, like, that's the community that you cultivated. Like,
I'm like, that's the part that's like the craziest to me. It's like, it's just like all the hate online is like so much, and like, I understand getting hate, you know, but it's like to this extent, it's like fucking, it's like a...
It's almost like it's proportional to how terrible of a person Emily turned out to be. So you got the hate that you got for being terrible, and then you brought this other person who's like a different kind of terrible in, and then that made the hate even more hateful, and you're surprised?
Its own version of torture. I'm not gonna lie, like, it's just really hard. These people are so mean. I'm so sorry. Yeah. They can be. Yo, mama, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, good. Yeah, even my dog heard Yo Mama and is not having it.
Why aren't you on LOL Cow Live already? Oh my god, you're
She could not. She would crash out within like 30 minutes. There's no way. For the same reason that Foodie Beauty couldn't keep doing it. You have to have a certain level of self-awareness, even as a lol cow, to be able to do something like that. If for some reason that was an opportunity that was presented to them, they would get offended and walk away in a tizzy fit and accuse them of just being mean and being bullies.
That's a complete and utter mess. Thanks. Why not let Keemstar motivate you?
That's gonna work. Come on.
People online are terrible. You're great. Thank you. This is the dark live stream era. No.
Yeah.
Don't turn to food or alcohol. You can thrive. Yeah. I don't plan on turning to alcohol, but let's hope that I don't turn to food. You know. Anna, we broke up because the hate is too much for her. The rumors are too much, which...
They're not rumors. You can call it hate, fine, but let's be very clear about what she's getting hate for. They are not rumors.
I get it. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I tried to explain that to her before I even, like, revealed her. You know, I was like, I get a lot of hate. And I just didn't explain, like, the depth of it because I hadn't shown, like, a person I was in a relationship with for, like, years. So I was never expecting things to end up like this at all.
Nah, she was expecting to move up to Wisconsin and move into Emily's nice house.
Amberlynn, people are paying you to notice them. You are iconic. Skylar Bay, the Ant Baby loves you and we watch you every day. He wants you to love him back. Well, thank you, Skylar and Kevin. I appreciate that. Sorry I seem so down in the dumps. I'm hurting really bad. This will pass, even though I know it doesn't feel like it. You got this. Love you. Day to day at a time. Thank you. I'm so sorry, Amberlynn. Everything happens for a reason. It'll be okay. Thank you, Anna. I don't know. I genuinely can't find the reason for all this.
The reason is you chose a feeder that you barely knew, that you found online and tried to move in on them, and the community that's so full of hate, as you say, that you cultivated, found out what she did with and to her late fiance, and apparently at least going back to 2019 now. This has been something she's been into. You thought you could introduce your audience to a feeder whose fiance had just passed a few months ago, and that everyone was going to be okay with that. People weren't going to question that to a large degree. You, with a community who, as you've noted, scrutinizes and digs into things and will dredge up anything negative about anyone you're with, you thought this was who you could introduce them to, and it was going to not go this way. Surely not.
And it's like, I have a consultation with a therapist, which I talk about in my vlogs, and now you guys know ahead of time, but it's whatever.
Sure, whatever. I'll be here holding my breath.
And it's like, how am I supposed to work on myself and heal and like all of that, like really good stuff?
By going to therapy already, instead of just talking about it in your damn vlog.
While like being, for the lack of a better word, like tormented online. Like, how am I supposed to like...
You're supposed to log off and go to therapy. And if you can't pay your bills when you log off, I'm sorry that that's the problem you created for yourself, but a lot of people have a lot worse economic concerns right now. You are a YouTuber who painted yourself into a corner. Oh well.
Ever move on from everything. If everything is always brought up constantly, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I can never like grow as a person. Get a real job. I actually want that.
So go to therapy and get a different job.
I thought for sure you guys were moving in together soon. No.
Obviously not when she packed her back
Definitely
to Oklahoma as quick as possible before Christmas.
Like, I love her so much, so it's like...
What do you love about her? Tell us one thing you love about her that doesn't have anything to do with her doing something for you. One thing.
Do you ever just like low-key want to give up?
She has given up. That's how we got here.
That's how I feel, like...
So yeah, she just carries on and on. It's a cry stream. It is what it is. They broke up. She's big sad. Maybe it's fake for drama, but honestly, I think it's legit. We all know this relationship had a shelf life. It was not gonna last. They were not gonna move in together and, you know, ride off into the sunset or whatever. Please. Clearly that was not in the cards. We all knew the breakup was coming at some point. It was really just a question of when and how exactly is it going to go down. So I, for one, am perfectly happy to lay this Emily Feeder era to rest. If that means we have to have a cry stream era for a little while, you know, so be it. Let's be real. We all know that someone's going to slide into those DMs for good or bad, mostly bad. It's not going to take long. Yeah, stay single for a while, sure. If anyone has a roster for their dating life, it's Amberlynn Reid. She, I guarantee you, has already got some ideas about who's going to be up next. If this is what we have to go through to move past this, I think we can get through it, y'all. So the end, you know, let's just be done with Emily. Let's move on. Let's forget this shit ever happened because god damn, it was depressing and dark. I've been watching garbage on the internet. It takes a lot, but I have seen some shit since this all started that I wish that I could the bleach out of my brain. It's a grim world out there. I'm so over this Emily business. Like I said, if that means we get Nothing Burger 2-hour cry streams for a while, so be it. You know, I'll just watch Lushy go shopping. It's fine. All right. Yeah, I've had it. I'm not watching any more of this. You get the idea. Like I said, they broke up. She's Cryerlyn. It's whatever. We all knew it was coming. Maybe it's fake for drama. I hope to God it's real, though. See y'all next time.